Hey there! Ever wanted to make your own video game music? In today's video we're breaking down how to write a Mega Man style track based on the Chargeman level. So get comfortable, relax, drop me a like as it really helps support the channel, and let's get into it. So usually I closely reference the track that we're doing, but I'm not actually a big fan of the Chargeman stage, so I'm going to very loosely use it. And the first thing I've done is come up with an intro, which let's have a look at this. That should lead it in. But before that, I've just put some layers on it. So we've got some drums here, which is really not too bad. Just the bass drum and then this pattern on the tom-toms. And then I added this bass here. Very simple, but all together. Down an octave. Yep, that should be the intro then. And now I'm adding a groove to it, so it's the same synth chords, but we've got the drums which are now doing this. It's just a standard pattern there, just dum cat dum cat dum cat dum cat, and then the bass line is doing this. Octaves. Yeah, so just octaves on the E and the G, then all together. See what else we need? Yeah, let's do this as a lead line. So as you can see that I've done a lead with two distinct parts. I've got this like staccato part here and then longer notes for the second half, so that just adds variation to the lead line. And now I've copied and pasted everything and we've got the same lead line, but we're doubling it up with this bell sound. That's a matter of personal preference. I don't think that's particularly very Mega Man-like, so you could change that for a different sound if you prefer. Let me know your favourite game soundtracks or your favourite songs from games even, and I will take that into account when making more tutorials. If you could like, comment and subscribe, that would really help the channel. Let's get back to it. Now all I've done is duplicated everything, but we've taken away this lead sound here and we've got a brand new lead the next time round. Let's have a little look at it as we go. Actually what I'll do is join that together so it's all as one and you can see it playing in action. Here we go. The second time around here, but then so I've done that little rise at the end to lead it into the next section, and you can hear I added a second lead here which is just doubling up that part, which sounds like this, just so you know. Not very nice by itself, but all together it just fills out the sound. And the bells are doing like a counter, occasional, very simple, just on the chords basically. So whilst that lead line is going up, I've got the tom-toms going down at the end, which is just this. Again, to lead in the next section. So together that sounds like that. So when you're starting a new section, have a think about whether you want to do the bass first or the chords first. I did the bass first on this one, which is just going to be this pattern going down. Yep, so we're just going from the E down to the D, down to the C, down to the G, and then the second time round we're going from the E to the D and up to the G and then down to the C with this little D run at the end. And then I added the chords on top of that, which sounds like this. So you can see I couldn't have started with the chords because the chords I'm doing is the same chord the whole way through it, and it's the bass that is implying the chord. So the bass is doing that rundown whilst we're keeping the same notes, which is just D, G and D and F sharp until we get to the end there where we're going up to the A. And I've doubled that up twice, so we've got two lots of patches doing the chords, but it's playing exactly the same thing. And all I've done is jammed a little line over the top of it. I think this should work. Let's have a listen. Same again, but now higher. And the second time round this happens, we need some variations. So let's have a think about that. I really have filled out my template of sounds here. So now we've got everything going. I have doubled up the synth chords. Well, tripled up now. So that's doing exactly the same thing as the ones above it. Now we've got the bells playing the lead, and we've got another lead playing the lead. And down the bottom, I've used the same chords as we implied with the bass on an arpeggio. Just following those chords down from E minor all the way down to G. And the same chords as the bass at the end. We've got those two different chords at the end, finishing on the A minor there. Right, so all that doubled up and with the arpeggiator on sounds like this. You can see all I've done there is added a few notes at the end. So if we solo one of the leads, you can see that I've just gone right up the scale. And that D should then lead it back round, hopefully, to the intro. So let's make sure that that sounds okay. Yeah, that looks around fine for me. Good, right, so let's have one listen the whole way through and pop your questions or anything down below whilst you're listening. Good. Any questions, pop them down below. Like, subscribe and all that, and I will see you in the next one.